What everyone believes about the British Empire is wrong. And the real story is way more disturbing. Because the empire wasn't built on diplomacy or progress. It was built on something we still refuse to call by its real name. Imagine entire cities starving in silence. Food rotting in warehouses while children collapse in the streets. Families selling everything they own just to survive one more day. Even the officials running the system couldn't explain why people were dying so fast. The official story blames poor harvests, bad weather, unavoidable tragedy. That explanation is convenient. It's also misleading. Because the real trigger wasn't nature. It was policy, deliberate decisions made far from suffering. Let me show you what was actually happening behind the scenes. While the public focused on war shortages, the East India Company and later colonial administrators were exporting grain out of the region. Prices were manipulated. Markets were stripped. Local production was redirected to feed imperial armies and profits. Warnings were ignored, again and again. It was like draining oxygen from a sealed room and blaming the victims for suffocating. And then someone made it exponentially worse. In 1943, emergency controls were removed instead of strengthened. Within months, food prices exploded. By the time relief was approved, millions were already dead or dying. Entire villages disappeared without a single battle being fought. No bombs. No invasions. Just paperwork and silence. This is when the truth became unavoidable. For months, officials knew exactly what was happening. And the decision made in that moment wasn't to stop it, but to protect imperial supply lines at any cost. But here's what still affects you today. This event is why modern global supply chains prioritize profit over survival. The policies tested then became templates used worldwide. And the people responsible retired with honors, while entire populations were erased from history books. Empires don't rise by accident. They rise by redefining violence as administration and suffering as necessity. When power is protected long enough, even mass death starts to look normal. Comment which hidden historical crime I should expose next. And subscribe, because history gets dangerous when you stop believing the official story.